I'm here to do your May reading. No, I haven't forgotten you. Schedule was quite tight, so I didn't want to rush it. I wanted to give you a little bit of a longer one, depending on what comes through. Now, I feel as though you're going to have some things come at left field, but I'll wait a few moments to see if anyone's awake out there to join the live session for Gemini. Hello, everyone. I'm just going to pause for a bit and wait for some people to get on, and then we can start the Gemini video, because I haven't forgotten you. How are we all anyway? It's Saturday in Perth, WA, so I'm cramming. I've had a lot to do today. I've had to go to the hardware store. I've had cleaning to do, normal life duties. Hello, California. How are you? Hi, Luciana. Do you miss me? Jen was high. Oh, Jen! Hi, Jen. Were you not entertained? Good God, was I hungover, woman. Hi, Danielle. How are you? Oh, a lot would be an understatement. I'm actually quite surprised how well I go. Hello, Jen from Canada. Yeah, so we'll have to be doing the feminine video soon. That's for our motivation. Cool, I'm glad you liked it. So, the energy for Gemini, what am I picking? You got a bit of a rebellious energy coming through at the moment. Some of you are going to have a change of job. Some of you are looking at every aspect of your life and you're saying, there's going to be a change. It's like the old you seems to be coming back somehow, but it's a bit more vibrant sense of you. Now, this can be due to people's attitudes around you. You're watching me from work. That's so naughty. Yes, I had a naughty moment the other day, but it was more for love. It was a bit of self-love, a bit of, yeah, fun. Okay, so I see you looking at your work. This is for those who this is directly relevant. I can see you in different areas of your life getting to a point you're thinking, this doesn't connect with me anymore. This has been a long time coming, where you've been looking at situations and you've been thinking, I know I need to do X, Y, and Z. I haven't done it. And this could be for other people's benefits. It can also be to avoid an aspect of yourself that you haven't wanted to face. And now it's like come to a head. February's energy may have manifested this situation coming through, where you're having a real good hard look at something. It's like you put something on hold and it's been a long time coming. Now, when it's coming about, it can be the opinions you've been feeling about past tense partners. That's if that's your given situation. That could be the current partner that you're actually looking at. It also feels where you've worked, what you've been applying your energy to, your personal look. It just feels you're having a full-on 360 overview where you're not wanting to do things the same way. I do feel many of you are like, you know some things have been put on the back burner and you're getting to a place where you're thinking, I've put this on the back burner for quite a while now and I'm actually needing to address it. Now, this could be your health. This could be the friendships you're mixing with. And I can see one friend in particular you're just really pissed off at. And they just don't connect with you anymore. You've actually been super nice. Whereas you're definitely a straight shooter when it comes to, you know, the way you interact with people. But because you've been up in your head, you've actually given this person a little bit too much leeway. And now it seems like the firing squad's coming out. And it doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be an altercation or an argument. It just feels your assertive energy is coming back. And they may not want to mess with you on this month. I do see promotions for many of you. But you've got to own that fact. You've got to come to a place where if you're at a crossroad in your career, really owning that energy and coming to a place where you're saying, I know what I'm worth and I'm really going to take that. Now, how do you go about doing that? It's actually in your actions. Your actions will speak louder than words. So if you've already showed them and they're not directly in alignment with actually getting that you mean business and you want that promotion, you're going to have to verbalize it and pretty much say that you're at a crossroad and that this is where you're at. You need to own the energy of where you're at. That's very much what is coming through for your zodiac sign this month. Now, if somebody is not giving you what you're entitled to on the work front and you have put the work in, I do see many of you actually looking elsewhere but doing it very quietly. Now, there's mass movement in the domain of career for you guys should you apply your energy correctly. Now, there has been an internal battle that you've been dealing with for a while, but you need to look directly at your life where you can apply your mass energy that is going to come through. Now, this might be in pockets. It doesn't have to be overall the entire month is going to be you've just got a big punch of energy. It feels like something's going to trigger you to have this energy, to be able to move forward and have a look at life the way you're wanting to look at it. If that makes sense. Yeah, it's just an overview. I feel you're really having an overview. Now, some of you, you're looking at your partner and past actions. And again, I hear the word, actions speak louder than words. You're wanting to let your hair down, but you do need to address some areas first before you let your hair down. You might, but I still feel the sass energy coming through. Something that you put up with too long. Now, if you have a question and it's been really weighing heavy on your mind, the answer is yes. That's the first card that's jumped out. And I picked extra decks of cards for you guys because I think you've got some things that you've been putting on the back burner. So we're going to have a closer look. Now, it's something that is emotional to you. It could be a romantic interest. It could be with a Cancerian. It could be with another water sign. Now, some of your dreams have been put on hold due to a situation that has become stagnant. You have to pay attention to the small signs that you've been getting connected to this and what you plan to do from here on in. You're needing to get guidance and assistance around you, and sometimes it feels such a frustrating energy of trying to manifest that it's almost like you're wishing that a loved one that's passed over was here with you. But they are with you energetically, but you need to use the energy they're giving you to apply it to your life as they're reaching to the heavens. Now, why are you sleeping on your dreams? Why are you meditating on them? You already know what they are. Why aren't you living them? Now, some of it may be finance, I'm hearing. I do see a purchase as well, and I don't know why. It might be that financially speaking, you've had to pause due to an investment that you're kind of saving towards or working on. You definitely do have a lot of luck around you, and you are getting signs and synchronicities. Hello, Alabama. Okay, answer to your question. If you have a question where you're really blocked, what I'm being shown is the answer is yes, and that you are being guided, but it is going to be a positive change, whatever decision you make. You're thinking it's going to be a tower event, but if it's going to end, perhaps it's already ended. Does that make sense? It's like if it's something you've been, hi Boston, you know, if you've been mulling over something in your mind for a very long time, 9 times out of 10, you've already checked out. You've made a decision on it. You just haven't acted on it. So that's very much the energy of what's coming through. It's like the only factor that hasn't is more on the 3D because you haven't acted upon your intuition of what you already know. Now, that's good or bad, but what I'm physically feeling is it's something that's been cheesing you off. You haven't acted upon it. This could be towards a dream. It could be in a romantic love interest. It could be towards your energies of what you're wanting to manifest. Now, you are guided. The response is yes, and it will be a blessed change. But, you know, it might be an attitude or a 3D change in a sense of the way you're going to apply your energy. But there's also a secondary energy coming through of some hopes and dreams that you've been kind of applying your life to. But I feel, again, more, it hasn't completely come to fruition yet because of this block that you've been having and a left-right. Some of your dreams have been put on hold, and it's like you've been taking the crumbs from different areas, stating that that's enough, but really, you know, trying to keep completely safe. Now, this could be due to family obligations. It can be due to a child or a trigger from childhood. Now, the guidance from a loved one that's passed over, and or your guides, it could be loved ones. It could be for you guys too, I'm seeing. But it feels guides in general are wanting to say to you that you need to have more faith in yourself. And in order to have the clarity, investigate the different situations and scenarios. Try not to block yourself with the what ifs, because they hold you in stagnation. But a change definitely is coming. Regardless of not wanting it, it's definitely coming. This can be with the twin flame, but I do feel it's directly connected very strongly to your life path. And a new way of living your life. You know, you don't want to be in the dark anymore. You want a new way of living. You're a very, very excited energy, but these energies have very much held you back. Now, it could have been you feeling that you had like bad luck, a bad cloud around you, that was going to continue on. But again, it is due to a time frame, meaning something that may have transpired that had put you in that space. May have even been giving you headaches, because the headache's coming on now, and I don't get headaches. In some readings I do, and that's generally related to the energy around the person or people or sign. You're thinking so much sometimes that you're almost feeling you need to be having glasses, because you're getting the headache at times. So quiet in there. I can see you guys remembering back to a friend that perhaps you went to school with, or an old friend. Now, it may be a friend is a very relevant energy in your life this month. Strange energy though. This could be a friend that passed over. This could be a friend that you had history with. It can be an aspect where you're being your best friend, but an aspect of self has died and evolved, so to speak. But I feel a strong energy of a friendship that you haven't seen in a very long time, and you're wondering how they're doing. And this is taking you back down memory lane. Now, someone you want to reconnect with, be it romantic, in a reunion sense, you know, it's not directly rushing through right away, but this could be you blocking it because you don't feel completely ready. This isn't an old person, but also it can be blocks connected to childhood. It's not the end of it. It hasn't ended. Although sometimes you feel energetically, for some of you, in a romantic sense, is it the end of the road? Again, connected to the main section that was coming through, if that was what you were thinking on, you know, and you feel that's relevant, and when you hear the word yes, it feels like you already knew that, you already know. But it's an area you're blocked with. So if this is a person you're manifesting in, which that's what I'm feeling, for those of you who that's relevant, it feels as though although the union isn't coming right away, and you know you're going back down memory lane, definitely it's not the end of the situation. No one's going to take it from you, but you don't feel home in your own life without this person. You're even looking at it on the 3D and thinking that, you know, it's not even that you have to have marriage. It's you're just holding on to hope right now. Now this person's energy is they're very much thinking, and in their personal life, they're going through a transformation and an end as well. That's if you wanted to know what's happening with them. They still look at you in that young, innocent light. And if their energy was toxic, it's definitely balanced now, and it's not the same. Like it's more gentle in its approach. How to remove blocks. Well, the Divine Feminine video I'm going to be doing shortly, and that's going to, for the feminine, try and help you work on receiving your higher energy vibration, and that's by listening to music at a higher frequency that's more upbeat and happy. Again, when you need to purge, you need to go through that process. You need to cry if you need to. On a cleansing factor, you can white light yourself, picture yourself in white or pink light, and do breathing exercises. You can also cleanse your home, and you can wear crystals to protect you. Okay, they're learning a lot about their life, of what they needed to do. So they have done a 360, and it feels like your energy, you've, in a way, stepping into your own power, which is the feminine video I'm going to be doing. Even for the masculines, knowing your worth and healing those core hurts, be it male or female, they're what keep you in stagnation. So it's almost like you push the pause button on life. And until you unpause that and deal with the relevant situations in front of you each day, movement in any shape or form isn't happening. But I do feel for you guys, a lot of that you're wanting to. February was a heavy energy, and a lot of us have gone through aspects of the dark night of the soul, because it was a very heavy energy, and many of us were feeling that. Yeah. And look, even with union, you'll still get triggers. It'll be like you are, and you sort of get up in your head sometimes. So the videos I do are relevant for all waves of twins. In the moment, yeah, it was heavy. Okay, let's see what else is coming through. Yeah, there's no quick fix really to it. I mean, and that's in any person's spirit when they're growing. When you've got a block, you just got to deal with the energy that's there. Try not to sweep it under the carpet. That's the best bet, because when you do go through the dark night of the soul, it is like a midlife crisis for any sex. And it's all those old energies. And I think we do that, several times in our lifetime, an aspect of purging. But definitely my dark night of the soul was very heavy. It was like I was falling down a tunnel with, just all old memories coming through. Some good, some bad, but most bad. Okay, most of you at the moment, I would say, are feeling very confused. That has blocked you. That is what's blocking you. Okay, your dreams you've placed on hold, many of you. But what you've got to ask yourself is, the number 9 comes up. And to me, whenever I see the 9, it's prior to union, in any shape or form. A connection, a love interest, getting to that higher place in your life. Now, your dreams are on hold. But that's you giving your power away, because you're healing, and that's okay too. Now, you know what's going to make you happy. So you already have that. Look at the way she's looking down at the violin. She wants the music to her ears. She also knows what's going to make her happy. But whatever that is, until it comes, is there something in your world you can physically do to learn to make your temporary world happy? Think of it in that way, that it's temporary. Everything is always temporary. Every day is but a moment. But it's like she's looking at it, and again, that's an aspect of giving your power away, because you're looking outside of yourself to fulfill that void when that is an energy that belongs to you, not another. Even if that person was there, you would then have a replacement of the acknowledgement that the person was there, but still dealing directly with the pain that was from the past, and that needs to be removed, and that's what purging is. Now, your hole in your life is yours. And yes, it's connected to memories and history and situations that have happened, but that one key person can't fix that, because the pain and the cuts and the bruises are there, and they need to be mended, healed, and addressed. Even if that person was there, you don't want to be having somebody come back into your life, be it a new energy, you know, a new man or a woman, or a twin flame, and you be so burnt and bruised to the core, which you're going to be anyway, because we all come into any given situation with battle wounds and scars, but to the point where you're going to retaliate and attack them for what they did to you, because that's not what a connection is about. There is no point choosing to go back to that situation if you're going to turn it into a punching ring. Now, soulmate twin flame cards come up. Now, you're feeling alone, yet energetically you are actually receiving kind of downloads, in a sense of maybe sensing their energy around you. And you know they're there, but you're coming out of it slowly, where you're realizing who you are again and starting to pay attention to you. And that's good too. But they are there and they are coming. Now, in any communication you have with this person, you've got to be very direct. Your actions have to be in alignment with your words. So if you're going to say, "I will never do that again," and then you do it, well, you're not in alignment with truth. You need to be able to energetically train yourself to a point where you can live harmoniously, not perfectly. It will never be perfect. We're not meant to be perfect, but to a point where your actions are in alignment with your words. Speak from the heart, speak your truth. Try and find a unique way to do that, because it's affecting your creativity. You know, if you can't express yourself, it's an aspect of creativity. I see you guys really, really looking at some memories for some reason. It's like the way they're standing out in the page. The dream is a wonderful dream, but it's separate to a connection. It's like you're thinking that their energy is almost your muse, and that when they're there, you are fulfilled and you are energetically excited. But look at it as they're your muse while they're not there, whoever this is, be it a new person or a twin. Because the universe is asking you, how many lessons do you need to learn? This comes back to you. You have power. Where in your own life can you use your power? Yes, of course you do. Yeah. Look, of course you do want them in your life. But what can you do while that dream is coming through to you? Because you have to look at it as the dream is coming through to you. So if you knew that, which internally you do have that certainty, because we're all interconnected, we're plugged in. The frustration connected to waiting 100%. The anger and the bitterness connected to it 100%. But again, you're coming out of your core self. So when that happens, you'll have triggers and hurts that are put under the carpet. That carpet then starts coming up, and then you've got to face it. But if you keep adding under that, there's going to be no forward motion, and there's going to be no room for any connection, because they're going to think that the way you will be acting is very aggressive, and that's any person, because you're going to be in protection mode. So you need to be aware of that and try and do some things to get yourself grounded. I know for me, I would exercise to keep myself sane, to keep myself worn out. I mean, I would say I'm an aspect of ADHD. You know, I'm very energetic. I can stay awake for a very long time. So I have to burn myself out. And I probably burn Jen out and Lysiana too, you know, because I can stay awake a long time. But, you know, get yourself fit. Get to the point where you wear your energy out, and then you're putting that energy, the retaliation, the anger and the hurts inside yourself, you're depleting it. You're putting it out there and not holding it in. You need to energetically detox it. Now, you do have a connection with this person. And there is a connection coming. You may not be listening for the signs or hearing them, but they're inside of you. You don't need to have the direct contact right away. Now, where you are feeling wounded, like, is this ever going to come to fruition? You need to trust yourself. You know that it will. And your connection with the one or a person, even if it is someone you're currently working with, for it to get to that level, you're not focusing on yourself. You're too focused externally. And again, this card's ironic because it's saying the same thing. Okay, say what you mean and mean what you say. You've got this in reverse. What you want wants you. You know, you're not... Are you showing you want to be open to love? Are you showing that you're open to it, regardless of your hurts? If energetically you are on protective mode, or you're coming across a bit agitated, or like it doesn't matter, or you hurt me, that's not an alignment. You need to come to a place where maybe you do be truthful about it and say, I do have a lot of hurts and I know they belong to me now, and the way in which I'm going to handle it is going to be my responsibility. And yes, communicate it if you currently are in a relationship, and be open to the reasons why your vibration is going up and down. Directly speaking, if you have had a connection with a person, you can actually tap into them, and you'll have waves of energy. The more in tune to yourself you get, you'll have waves of energy. A bit like an ironic gut instinct. You may think of a person's name, and this can be mother, father, brother, partner, twin, and it will be an overwhelming flood of emotions. So, you know, you think of them and then feel your vibration inside of your soul and your body, and it's going to give you a 3D tune into what it is. I mean, sometimes I can feel very agitated when I think about certain people. Other times I feel very excited. Other times I feel they're in trouble, and I sense that energy. The more in tune you get, the more you will be able to do that. It's actually really frustrating sometimes. Yeah, deal with the past and then be open to the energies of what you're receiving. People don't stay the same. People do change. Now, your creativity is being blocked, but it's because you're healing, and so is your inspiration. You got to get back to self for a little bit. Try and have a soul holiday where you're focusing on what you need to do. And that's why I did the readings this month. It was just the way they've come through. My girlfriend writes notes down, apparently. She says she feels like she's coming to school. We're all students, though. I learn from my clients. I learn from my little family on YouTube. Okay, those of you that have children, right now where you're at, sometimes you do find it problematic to actually directly deal with them. It's like two differing views, but you're teaching each other something. It's a very important energy. And that can be even if you don't have children. You know, people are going to come towards you that are younger maybe and seek your guidance, even though inside you feel you have demons and turmoil. They're helping you learn about what's going on inside. So you guys are a tool for each other where you can process that information. Have compassion towards yourself and the situation. Compassion is there to be had inside towards yourself. Where you need to be gentle on yourself, be gentle. Where you need to shine bright, shine bright. Again, a loved one on the other side keeps coming through. And this is a male energy on this occasion. They have a beard. So it may be relevant for one viewer currently. I do feel they did pass a bit too early, probably in their 50s or 60s. Okay, some of you want to move on from a situation. Now, this could be a partnership. The communication here is that you are safe. You're going to be protected and sheltered. So if you're concerned about accommodation, money, again, I'm not a financial advisor, I've got to say that, but there is going to be a change. It might be that you decide to jump back into work and get a move on. You know, if you have been at home and you're not happy in your current situation, and maybe you're planning steps and actions. And no, you may feel you're walking towards the unknown, but you already know what it is right now. So that's what I'm hearing is, if you already know what you have right now and it's completely dissatisfying, how can it be any worse than going to discover? I mean, that's where I come to in life at times. You know, I look at it and go, oh, I'm on the ledge, I've got to jump off. And then it's like, but if you're not happy doing what you want, what's the difference? And then I do it. Okay, it is taking a lot of courage, and I understand that, but you do have that. Sometimes it takes courage to stay in a toxic situation, and sometimes people, you know, you may find that people can judge those who stay in toxic situations and say, oh, they're so weak. You actually have to be a hell of a lot stronger to stay there, you know, for a long time. That is energetically strong. That's resilience. So use that power to apply it to what you do want to apply it to. If it directly doesn't connect with you and you're feeling, this life I'm currently living is not right for me, then anything that has made you feel you couldn't do it yet you had been, that there is the confirmation that you have the energy to jump. And do you have to know how everything's going to fall into place? No. But your skills that you have learned in life will help you problem solve every step of the way. Be it down to move, be it down to job. And again, career transition. Something's changing in career, and that was a very strong energy. And your guides keep coming through, right through every deck of cards I've had. So you really spiritually are very, some of you are very scared about this transition or choices that you're going to be making this month. You do feel very tired and fatigued, and it may be that you're trying to clear your chakras. You know, get a purple amethyst. Try and sleep with it at night time, or place it in the energy of the room that feels the heaviest. Any questions? No questions. So quiet in there. Yeah, look, February would have really worn us out anyway. So it's natural that we would do that. You may be wise to have a look at diet, have a look at trying to get some sleep. When, you know, go to bed maybe half an hour earlier. Try and change your pattern and your routine a bit, especially when you're dealing with very heavy energy around you. What you're going to find is your mind, when you're sleeping, will problem solve. Directly in your waking life, if it's keeping you awake, you're not going to be able to problem solve it if it's too difficult. So go to bed and then leave it till a time where you have more clarity or more strength energetically to be able to deal with the adversity at hand. Hi, Dallas. Well, I was seeing movement. I do feel movement connected to accommodation. I do feel movement connected to home and job. Anywhere you feel you're not correctly aligned and there's an energy, you can cleanse your house. You can try not to tune into him too much, because you can actually give your power away to the point where he's energetically more aggressive or problematic. And that's even if you're a twin and you're thinking of a karmic, the same thing applies, you know. They might pop into your head, take their power away. Don't think about them, just they don't exist. I have smudge sticks on my website, but you can get them anywhere. I smudge my house. I open all the windows and doors. I dust. I mop. You can feel the energy. You may at times need to look at aspects of feng shui. connected to the way you actually place your bedroom. And energetically, you can change it with crystals. So yeah, there's ways you can do it. You're missing your sister-in-law. I've got bath salts on there that are chakra salts. What do I use? I use Dead Sea rock salt, because I feel it's the most natural. I tried to keep the ingredients I use for myself pretty natural, but I've got eczema. There was spiritually and emotionally lots of things happened in my life where it's toxic around me. So naturally I started purging the toxicity, which smoking would be the next thing. But yes, there has been a diet had to change, friendships had to change. Oh, we can never have enough crystals in our life, but you've got to be careful using them as well, because sometimes they can actually, what they're supposed to be doing, they can deplete you, so you've got to be careful with that too. Am I on IG? What's IG? Ramona, what are you talking about? Oh, Instagram. Yes, I am on Instagram. I'm Instagram, Facebook, YouTube and Twitter. Okay, whose energies are affecting you? You're usually fine with the symptoms that you've been telling me, apart from the obvious, not from a medical point of view. Energetically speaking, it can be you going through an awakening. So it's not necessarily energies affecting you, it's that you're going through an awakening, and that's why you're having those sensations. Twin journey. Well, like I was suggesting earlier, just write twin flame May into YouTube and scroll, and you'll see union, union, union. But then don't get super excited, because you'll have work to do as well. Don't think it's going to be a bed of bloody roses. It's not going to be that way. You're not going to be that bloody lucky. Yeah, there has been. And again, when energies are changing, February was very much a lot of purging, but then we're getting a lot of downloads, and there's a lot of changing now. So our body's getting back into alignment, and you may even have dizzy spell, so to speak. Any other questions? It's so far away. I'll pick it up and then I don't have to like go, ugh. Any other questions while I'm here? Then it may be his energy. Evelyn. Well, yes, we probably could go through multiple awakenings. Look, I very much thought I went through the dark night of the soul years ago, but I think that was connected to the separation with twin. I've had, how many separations have I had? I had the connection. That was the first meeting point. There was also a time where there was the connection and then separation, the reconnection, the failed attempts. But a lot of work I personally had to do on self, and very much I feel I'm reaching that point where, you know, you don't give your power away. But again, I will do a divine feminine and divine masculine video. I'm going to do them separate on this occasion, because I think this month is very much about us focusing back on ourselves temporarily. Just do that work to get in alignment, and you'll find when you're not thinking of a person energetically, they actually are triggered to do the work and come towards you. And 9 times out of 10, any union has always been, yeah, I've always got guides around me. My nan's always around me. Yeah, I've always got guides around me. Try and white light yourself. Connected to your landlord, love. Try and not tune into it too much. If you have to energetically, do. But again, anything happening outside of ourselves is a direct energy happening inside ourselves. What are you battling at the moment where you feel is unfair? Where in a previous situation do you feel you had to battle and you're adamant you've got to win? Because energetically, a lot of us in February did come to a place where probably from Christmas we started digging our heels in, and it was, no, I'm not budging now, because you're in alignment with self. But then just acknowledge that and then choose your battles, if that makes sense. It is very hard in the transition of going through the twin flame journey not to think about them. And I'm not saying don't. I mean, trust me, I will be happy to do a video telling you about the psychotic episodes of the twin flame journey from the 101 of Yildiz. And you guys will be, I mean, many of my clients that come to me and I've told them aspects of my life, you know, they can directly relate. So trust me, I have not been a centered individual in my life. I have been a stalker. I have been a text message hoe. I've done a drive-by. I've done a think about myself factor of who the hell are you? Check yourself into greylands or psychs. I've been perfectly balanced and very much, you know, living in the masculine energy, working, focusing on self, and that's when, again, you have that reconnection again. So coming to that balanced point where you're not doing that, because it's almost like you had to learn that to be energetic enough to deal with masculine or feminine. You know, that we teach each other something about ourselves, and that's everyone in our life. That can be mum, dad, work colleagues, friendships, people that we loathe. Everything energetically educates us about ourselves. Yeah, no, trust me, it was not cool. It was like, you know, you send one, you're like, I shouldn't have sent that message, and then you send another one and you're like, oh, I can't believe I'm going there again, and you're like, don't do it, girl, and you're going, you're a dickhead. But that was many moons ago. And then they're like, you know the deal, give me a call. And you're like, who the hell do you think you are? Like, really? And then you do anyway. You're like, fucking hell. Yeah, well, like I said, I will be doing a twin flame video for the feminines, so that you can understand what I've lived, how you can use your power, and how it has worked for me. And that's not to say I'm in perfect alignment. I have not been. You know, there's lots of things on YouTube that talk about, oh, I've got to purge every aspect and I have to be perfect. I am not perfect, trust me. You have seen me on YouTube. I come on here days I look like rat sack. There's other days I come on I look like, you know, I've made a bit of an effort. And then there's other days it's like done up to the nines. Don't stress about the karmics. Do not tune into the karmics. You chose the karmics for them. You wanted to get payback at some point, even though energetically you probably couldn't. You actually picked them for them. So then have a look at the people that have entered into your life. If you're a twin, they picked the people that were supposed to come into your life to learn. And that's what's helped you grow. And you're undervaluing the lessons of your personal growth, of where you're going and who you're becoming, to a point you will not recognize yourself anymore, because that whole card of the deceptive mask coming off, it's all about that aspect of coming into your core self. It was always in there. You didn't have to go looking for it. I mean, I remember someone telling me when I was younger, you don't know yourself, Yildiz. You haven't lived life. And it wasn't about, yes, life is a lesson, but it was the fact that I was being something on the 3D that everybody else wanted. Every society, what society expected, what my family expected, what my friendships expected. And it was like I had this hat, and I swear it would have been the Yildiz facade hat. And I would put it on for every situation. I worked in a nursing home for 25 years. I've done care most of my life. I put the hat on, and that's fine. But, you know, at some point, you're like, you just take that, you get that aspect of yourself, but your core energy is so aligned to the point where if a work colleague or a boss isn't acknowledging the fact that you have that shit and you're worth it, it's see you later. I'm not doing this. If a person energetically in a romantic life is not respecting you, other people have fucked me over. If you think you're going to do that with me, you can get fucked. That's where you come to. I'm sorry, and I'm just saying it straight. That is in alignment with yourself, because you have been burnt, you have been triggered, you've gone through aspects in life, and it's not you have to verbally be nasty. You just get to a point. It's no. Even if they are your twin, even if they are the love of your life, you just know. This is what I need. And yes, if that means I have to wait till you get your life together, so be it. But it's no. So you will come to that place where you will learn that. But that will be for the Divine Feminine video. Any questions? Look, you can take or leave your twin, but the energy, see, I'm super careful about the way I talk about it because of each wave of twin, right? Some of us are so far back, you got to remember back to where your journey first began. If somebody told you what this was all about, you would have flipped out and gone, fuck that. And they are so fragile in that energy level that you've got to be so careful about how you work with them, okay? Then there's the other waves that are reaching union, but you feel like you've been, for me, walking the Great Wall of China. I mean, I come to a place energetically, I changed my food, I changed my attitude. I was having to own all the power in my life. I was working 2 jobs, manifesting this, although this was not my intent. It was like I was co-creating. I was co-creator of my own personal life. I've been doing this, I've had this gift since I was born. But it wasn't I planned out to go and make a business around being a psychic. This was just an aspect of myself. But it doesn't define me. All of us as twins, all of us as human beings do have this element. I've just fine-tuned it. Well, I would say the twin flame's real. And that's only from an energetic point of view of soul recognition. Yes, I had that, and I did know in that one moment, and it was not of a romantic nature, that this person was going to change my life. And yes, they have. I can tell that 100%. Has there been other people energetically I've been drawn to and committed to? 100%. It's not about that. It's about that one person changed my life. And that is for fucking good and bad. But it has brought me home. And that's where you need to understand. You can be with your twin. You will be with your twin. But you do need to realise that in this journey, all the hell you're going through, have a look at the masculine. This is the masculine, right? And I don't know why I'm laughing about the fact that it's blue. I don't know why. But anyway, okay. So the masculine is here, right? What was their attitude in the very beginning? And we're not judging now. This is completely just a kind of EG. Okay, the masculine, yes, had a great connection with you, acknowledged you. You are them, they are you. We all have that in every person we meet. So we have our fears, we have our control related issues, we've got our ego. Now they ran away. But internally, at some point, you were giving everything. You were going to run away. But you knew they were going to go, and you were panicking and grabbing and texting and being psychotic, right? But theoretically, you knew that you did not see the 3D of it being completely balanced. So in a way, you were kind of stepping back because you received that download that, hey, something's not quite right here. So both of you theoretically were runners, but the masculine did you a favour and ran away, right? So they then have been your motivation. Kelly Rowland, I think she is, been my motivation. That shit there was your motivation. So you're thinking, oh my gosh, you've abandoned me. Why have you done this? What do you then do? Yes, okay, you go through depression. You might have a nervous breakdown. You do feel depressed. But then you take your power back. And when you start getting your life together, what then happens? You're not wondering where the hell they are, and they rock up. And you're going, wow, I was doing X, Y, and Z. No, you didn't forget them, right? But then energetically, you tuned out. What happens? They turn up. You already have the recipe. You've got to do that. That means no contact. That means focusing on your life. That means you owning your power. Now, this will continue to happen. Back, forward, till you get, you're the key. You're the key to that. Are you going to own your power? Are you going to earn your own money? Are you going to look after your self-esteem connected to the way you feel, the way you look, what you're doing? And I don't know how we turned this Gemini video into a fucking twin flame video, but I'm just giving you a 101. Energetically align yourself correctly. They always come back. But they're such strong individuals that you need to have an aspect of masculine in you to handle that. And then all your old triggers will come back. So romantically speaking, Geminis, if this is what's going on, take your bloody power back. True. Twins. Okay, any questions? Take your power back, focus on your life, and everything you want will come to you. Pretty much. Yeah, well, I'm Libran with most of my chart Cancer, my Venus house Scorpio. What a bad combo. I'm trying to be balanced, and I'm trying to hide, and I'm trying to set the world on fire. But it's not so that, now, with the masculine, it's not so that you can gang up on them. It's so that you have some understanding of who they are. And they energetically will trigger you to live more independently and not be so needy. That is what we needed to learn. We needed to learn that love is not a word. It is a vibration, right? So, yes, that's from the aspect of the feminine. From the aspect of the masculine, they needed to see that we unconditionally loved them. Not contacting them as well makes no difference. Energetically, you do not need to have contact. Contact is here. They will find you. You don't need to even be in the same country, the same state. But I will be doing... I've talked about the aspects of the feminine in this situation, but I will be doing a video connected to masculine's energy, right, and feminine's, of why this has happened. But until you get there, you know, it's hard to explain, but I can try. But a lot of the videos say, you know, you don't have to be with your team. No, you don't. But that's when you choose that, and that's when you've reached that connection where you're going, we're at peace with each other now. I totally understand, and I could love you unconditionally, whatever you do. And that's where it does get to. So, vibrationally, however your journey be, and what your choices be. Okay? Yeah. Okay. True. But you need to love yourself as well. Because, again, we're putting it outside ourselves, thinking we have to heal them. We need to heal us. We need to be in alignment with us, and then we're open to love. But if we haven't healed ourselves and we're just focused on healing them, fixing them, key pointing their flaws, we're out of alignment. We're not even looking at ourselves in the mirror. So we do need to look at ourselves in the mirror. But yes, definitely, white lighting, loving, compassion. You will get triggers, and then you will not feel compassionate. You will be a right bitch or a bastard. But that's normal. That's okay. You're human. And as Jen says, I forgive you, Yildiz. I love you for your shortfalls. Okay, beautiful Geminis. Don't be so hard on yourselves this month. Do look at it and see what you feel you need to change and go from there.